This thing on? Yo? Yo? Hola. Bonjour. Welcome. How you doing? You back? It's Poetry with Peanut. And today, I want to talk to you. I want to talk about our minds. I want to talk about a lot of things going on around the world that want your attention. We think about algorithms. We think about predictive patterns. We think about the powers that be monitoring what we feel, what we think. They want to know what's in our minds. They want to know our mindset, and they try to distract us emotionally and trigger our thought process. Then they try to predict to see what way we may lean, what our next movements might be. Because a lot of times when you're triggered emotionally, we become reactionary. So I want to ask you about your mind. I think as a people, we don't understand the value of our mind. Our mind is infinite. The value, it cannot be measured. I got one example for you. The most watched event is the Super Bowl. And globally, it's 300, 400 million people tune in. And we wonder why the commercials are so expensive. Companies spend 10 million to 15 million for a commercial that's 30 seconds, depending on where they choose to place the commercial, whether it's closer to halftime or closer to the end of the game. The price shoots up in how much they actually have to pay for this particular spot. They pay this much to advertise, to market, just for the mere chance to influence your mind, to influence you to buy a product or engage in a service, or to even just let you know what a company may be doing in the next quarter or a future rollout that they have. And they spend this much money because they understand the value of your mind. But do we understand the value of our mind? Do we understand the depths of it? We often are triggered by events that happen, and it's division, and it is calculated. It is truly intentional for people to be divided so that they can tally up where you stand at in your mindset. So I want to just talk to you and see where your mind is, what it's focused on. All the noise, it causes confusion. And you know what cures confusion and chaos is silence. Finding a place where you can just center your mind. Meditation is key. Meditation is a wonderful hobby, a wonderful reset, a wonderful tool that we all can implement in our lives on a daily basis. But we need silence. The distractions are so loud, and they put us in a perpetual cycle to be triggered, then be reactionary, and then we forget or we neglect our own mindsets to focus on what's really important, which is our own goals, our own ambitions, our own worlds. So I encourage you today to stay centered in your mind. I understand that things are going on. Your energy gets pulled this way and that way. And it's hard to stay consistent with your focus. And we can help each other. We can help each other just stay focused on keeping our minds clear and concise with our ambitions and our goals. And I understand that in this age of an Aquarius, it's information, it's technology, it's the collector, you and me. And we're not separate. We all have things that connect us, from challenges to accomplishments, from legacies to our goals. And with all this information that is circulating, we must not be distracted from completing the goals and the purpose and the passions that we all have. So what's your passion? What's your purpose? Do you know? Are you attentive to it? I try to focus on it and get better at it, because I know that with mastery, comes monetization. And with purpose comes fulfillment. And it doesn't matter how much money you have in your account. If you lack fulfillment, then you still feel empty. You're still subjugated to not feeling whole. They say, so what? Some people only have money. Money is good, it's a tool. But fulfillment is priceless. When you get a feeling of rewarding that's just not transactional, it's more so transformational. You get that feeling, that joy, doing something that you actually love, or doing something that creates this feeling inside of you that is unmatched. It's not about the paycheck, but it's more so just the deposit of the feeling, the deposit of appreciation of doing something that means something to you, whether you're doing it to help or you're doing it in a creative space. Fulfillment. So how does that work with our mindset? Keeping our mind on what fulfills us. Keeping our mindset on what pours into us and not what takes out. I like to focus on deposits more so than withdrawals. And it's not It's not about accumulation all the time. Sometimes it's just about just what feels better. What feels better sometimes is doing that inner work, pouring into your mind, to your thoughts, and to your intentions, and just staying focused on what those are, and understanding that things outside of that, they have importance, but how much significance do they really have? But I know that if we all focus our mindsets on righteousness and what's positive and doing the right thing and operating in the right way, we can make tremendous gains and tremendous propulsion towards what's needed for the planet. So I just want to encourage you to keep your mindset and encourage me to keep mine, to be focused and intentional. So until next time, I appreciate you staying with me. It's Poetry with Peanut, and I'll see you very soon.